Welcome to this video review, and today I'm going to talk about very special binoculars made by Steiner called Commander 7x50 LRF, which means laser rangefinder. So this is the latest addition to the Commander family. It was introduced in 2019, I think. If it was 2018, I apologize for the mistake. And as you can see, it has a really distinct and traditional looks. So even if there will be no markings on it, you would know this is a Steiner marine binoculars. As you probably know, Steiner is the biggest binoculars producer in Europe. They were formed in the 50s and already in the 60s and 70s they started to produce really a lot of binoculars for the military. So they are based in Bayreuth in Bavaria, in Germany, and in the last, I would say, 30 years or something like that, apart from the military, they also became first of all, the leader in between all the producers of marine binoculars. And now, more or less, in the last, I would say, maybe 4 years or something like that, they're basically the only premium producer of the marine binoculars. So there is no Zeiss and no Swarovski or Leica in this class. They stayed alone, and their dominance is almost absolute in terms of marine binoculars. This particular model was, I think that the whole current Commander series was introduced, I think, in 2016. I'm not completely sure, but I think it was 2016 in this form, but they have many generations. Every 5 to 7 years they produce a new generation. They upgrade some features, and they change the design a little bit, but they always stay true to 7x50 configuration with Porro prisms and sport autofocus. So that means the focusing on each eye separately. So you set it just once, and then the eyes focus by themselves through the binoculars. This model was the latest, so I think all the rest, 7x50 normal without compass, and 7x50 with compass, and 7x30 with and without compass. All other 4 models, they were introduced in 2017, and this one I think in 2019, so with a laser rangefinder integrated. I don't think that the previous generation, so the Commander XP, I think it was lacking of this model. So they were not producing the laser rangefinder in their marine binoculars, only in their military binoculars, where they are really well known for this. As you can see, the binoculars are quite big. It's more than 20 centimeters in width and roughly 16 centimeters in height, and also roughly 10 centimeters in this dimension, in depth, or how to say it. So they're quite big and really heavy, 1,300 grams, so 1.3 kilograms. But they are proved to work all the way down to -40 and +55. They're filled with nitrogen, and this is this dual valve system. You can see it here. They're also able to check if the binoculars come with 30 years warranty. So in this 30 years, they're always able to check if there is any leakage in the binoculars with this system of 2 valves and their nitrogen filling. So there is no possibility of internal fogging. The rubber on them, it's a long life rubber. I think it's even patented by Steiner, and they're known to withstand really harsh environments. So these binoculars from Steiner are used all over the world on boats and on yachts and so on, and sailing boats, and they're known to be really rugged and robust. They're probably the best in this segment. The housing itself, it's made out of macrolon, one special material which Steiner is using for the last 40 years or even more. And so it's really very durable, very rugged. And they like to brag that because they produce so many binoculars for the military, that their marine binoculars are on equal level of robustness and reliability. Together with the binoculars, you also get the lens covers, They're made out of plastic, and the objective lens covers are attached to the binoculars themselves. So like this. You can see here is the laser system, here is the battery, CR123A, so standard battery. You also get the manual in German, in English, and a couple of other languages, where everything is explained, how it works, and so on. It is true that normally these binoculars are lacking compass, even though ergonomically they're really similar to the models with the compass. So on this side you have to have big hands to be able to grab it, or you just hold it here. So ergonomically the binoculars without the compass and without the laser rangefinding system are a little bit better. Still, these are tried and tested and well made. If I go to the eyepieces, as you can see, sport autofocus, it's really stiff. So you just set it once during daytime when there are good lighting conditions, and then you just leave it at that setting. You're also able to change the position of this this rubber support for your eyes. It even has this wings at the end. But if you're using the binoculars with glasses, then you need to do this, like this. So it's really funny that majority of marine binoculars are having eyepieces like this, which are not the best for all of us who wear glasses. It is, however, true that I believe that people on sailboats usually use contact lenses, and so they don't have the problems with the eyepieces like normal people. What is also interesting is that they have a separate mechanism where you're able to set the secondary setting or secondary zero if two people are using the binoculars. So let's say the primary user sets everything at -1, and the secondary user has -2 on right eye, and then let's say +1 on the left eye. So okay, the primary user uses like this, then the secondary user just put it like that, and immediately knows where he is. So so this enables two users at the same time to use these binoculars, because the focusing on each eye separate, it has its advantages and it has its disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is definitely if more than one people uses this pair of binoculars. What is the advantage? The waterproofness. The central focusing systems always have problems how to produce them, that they are totally waterproof. With this sport autofocus, this problem is solved. The second thing is low light use. It is much easier to use this system in low light conditions than to use the system with central focusing, because with central focusing you will always hunt for the real and accurate focus when there is almost no light. And the third, I would say, advantage, especially when there are rough conditions on the sea, it's much easier if you know that when you put the binoculars on your eyes that they're already set, than to think that you need to focus each time when you need to use them. So it's much quicker, much faster, especially in some chaotic conditions. It's much easier to use this system. Together with these binoculars, you get normally the lens covers, you get the carrying strap for the bag, and the bag is one of the nicest you will ever see. I think it is the nicest bag you can ever expect in binoculars. In general, we have to be honest that the binoculars are really an eye candy. Myself personally, if I would be a marine user, I would buy them just because of their looks, because they're really nice and really beautiful. And you also get the floating strap with them, so even if they fall into the water, they will float. Normally a cleaning cloth and a warranty card with all the information and so on. Okay, let's go to the optical performance. So The basic configuration is 7x50, which gives roughly 7 millimeters of exit pupil. So these binoculars are really bright and also very comfortable to use. Because of 7 millimeter exit pupil, the eye box is really great. So you don't need to hunt for the right position to get a sharp image. The prisms are Porro prisms. This again enables really high light transmission rate and good optics. In this particular model with the laser rangefinder integrated, there isn't any color cast. If I'm honest, they made it really well. And the eye relief is also 20 millimeters. So even the use with glasses, if you do decide to put the eyepieces in this position and use the binoculars with glasses, it's quite easy because 20 millimeters is more than enough of eye relief. It is, however, true that the field of view in this model, 7x50 with integrated laser rangefinder, is not as great as with normal models. So this one features only 117 meters of field of view. So the tunnel effect is really noticeable. And when you compare them with the normal version, with compass or without, which have 145 meters of field of view, this is really, really apparent. So you immediately see the tunnel. The laser system, it works all the way to 1700 meters. You see, so it works like this. You push the button first to get the target in the center of the field of view, a small circle. And then you put the circle on the object which you would like to measure the distance to, press again, and you get the reading immediately. The system also features scan mode. I apologize. And it also features rain mode, so even if it's raining, it still works normally. It doesn't feature any ballistics because normally this is not a hunting or shooting binoculars. These are marine binoculars. It is really fast. To be honest, when I measured it and used it before I made this video, it's really lightning fast. It can be compared easily with Leica or others which are really, really good in this segment. So it works great. Okay, this everything what I told until now gives me a good opportunity to do a short summary. So what are the positives and what are, I won't say negatives because this scope is really, these binoculars are really great, but there is still room for improvement. So the positives are definitely the design, how the carrying bag is really nice, that you get a floating strap together with your binoculars. And the brand itself, Steiner, is known to be really rugged and robust and reliable. And you get everything of this in these binoculars. The build quality is great, the materials are great, the warranty is 30 years. The service in Germany from Steiner is probably one of the best in the industry. So all the pluses in this aspect. The image in the binoculars is also very bright and the colors are true. So it's really, I would say optically, it's above average. I also think that laser rangefinder can be really useful in marine use because first of all, you can always navigate where you are at the moment if you're able to measure the distance to the known objects on the shore. And when maneuvering, especially bigger boats, again, laser rangefinders are really useful because you immediately get a true reading of distance and you're able to navigate better, especially when you're going into the ports and so on. So I do understand that there are some people who will find this as an essential piece of equipment for them. Okay, what do I think could have been done better? Where is still room for improvement? Definitely field of view, especially compared to the models which are lacking the laser rangefinder. The ergonomics, because of the laser rangefinder system which is here, the ergonomics is a little bit on the weak side compared to the normal model, especially for people like myself which have smaller hands. I also think that the eyepieces could have been done a little bit better and differently for those who wear glasses. And this model is the only one in the whole series that lacks, I would say, a Steiner really good system, which is called click lock. So this one has traditional slings for the floating strap. And this is a shame, because there are other models from Commander. They have click-lock system, which is one of the best in the industry, and I really, really like it. I also think that the perfect binoculars in this class would be if they would also have the compass. So I hope that the next generation will have the laser rangefinder and the compass at the same time. The weight, 1.3 kilograms, is also quite heavy. This is also, I would say, one of the factors that they could do better in the next generation. But all in all, this is basically our binoculars without any competition. If you're looking for the premium marine binoculars with an integrated laser rangefinder on a Steiner level of quality, this is it. And I also think if we compare the price is around 2,000 euros. If you compare with other laser rangefinding binoculars, which are not meant for marine, but let's say for hunting and shooting, I think that these binoculars are really good value. You get a lot for your money from Steiner. All other similar binoculars are priced at least 1,000 euros more, or 500 euros more, and I doubt that they are so rugged and so well made and so reliable as Steiner is. So thank you for watching. Please check other videos of Steiner Commander binoculars, and if you have any additional questions, please send us an email. Bye.